Alright, so this time around we're looking at 3 different types of shuriken. 2 of them are from the Samurai Connection. I'll put some links below in the description. And one is an old standby I've had for a couple decades. First one up is a Yagyu Shuriken, 4-pointed shuriken, again from the Samurai Connection.com. These are made out of a AR 400 steel. These are heat-treated steel plates, so they're very durable. They throw very hard, hit very hard, and as you'll notice here, they're about 3/16 inch thick with hand-beveled, sharpened edges with a black oxide covering. Make them very durable, very sharp. The points and edges are very sharp, but they're a thicker shuriken. They handle in the hand very well. Some of these older shuriken traditions use these for grappling, so they hold very well. And here what I'm doing is I'm not throwing the shuriken, I'm just dropping them from approximately 2 to 3 feet above a wood stump, just to show how just dropping the shuriken penetrate pretty good into a wood stump, as far as a nice stick into wood, into the end grain here. If you drop them properly. But yeah, they stick very well, very good edges. And here's just some moderate, easy throws from about 15 to 20 feet away. Doing various horizontal and overhand throws. They stick very well. The target is a crappy target I made out of a 4x4 with end grain, so it sticks pretty good. And as you can see, these throw very well. The 4-pointed Yagyu stars throw excellent, and again they impact very hard. Yeah, one of my favorite shuriken to throw, and again I'm just throwing them various different ways here, nothing special. Next up is a new shuriken from the Samurai Connection.com. It's an Araki Shuriken, very sharp, again about 3/16 inch thick, constructed out of AR 400 heat-treated plate steel, very durable again. Very interesting shuriken, honestly, to throw. With the longer point there, makes it interesting. They do handle in the hand well, if you were to use them for a grappling type of scenario. But I did find it very interesting to throw these with the elongated point, whether you're throwing it horizontally or vertically. Different, interesting. I'm not familiar with this school of shuriken jutsu, so I'm not sure how they're thrown. But they do throw well. Again, dropping them from about 2 to 3 feet above a tree stump, just to see how the penetration works with just dropping it with little to no force. They stick very well, and again made very well, constructed very well, hand sharpened, beveled. And here we are throwing it at the target from about 15 to 20 feet. And you'll notice on these, throwing them, this is the first time I was throwing these. I just received them and just took them out toss them around a little bit, nothing fancy here. And I do find, depending on how you throw them, getting them to consistently stick is interesting, right? Just how you're throwing them. Now, again, they do stick well. They're 3/16 inch thick. Constructed very well. They do stick, but I find, depending on where the long point was in my hand positioning, kind of dictated how they were going to stick. And yeah, they do hit hard, a lot of force with moderate throws, but they do seem more difficult to stick than, say, the Yagyu Shuriken. So yeah, interesting shuriken, but they do throw and hit very well. Sticking sometimes can just be weird depending on how they hit. Now, next up are my old workhorse standby shuriken, right? I've had these for a couple decades. Made, I believe actually these were made by Bud Malmstrom, Bujinkan. I'd gotten these 20 to 30 years ago, I believe, back in the late 80s, early 90s. 4-point shuriken, nothing special. And you'll notice on these that they have not a very sharp point, but a beveled point. But these have always been the best throwing shuriken I've had. And here I'm kind of comparing. On the bottom you'll see the shurikens 4-point compared to the Yagyu from the Samurai Connection.com. And you'll notice the Samurai Connection ones are about 3/16. So the ones I've had for years are probably in between a 16th to an 1/8 of an inch, I would say. So they're a little thinner. Not as sharp, but a little thinner. Again, you can see the thickness difference between the stars here. And I find it, you know, a thicker shuriken tends to require a bit more force sometimes to stick. That doesn't mean they won't do what they're intended to do, right? Because shurikens don't always need to penetrate or stick per se. But so here I'm throwing these 4-point stars I've had forever, and they just throw very easily. They're a little lighter, a little thinner. They throw very easily, impact very, very well, and just generally speaking, stick better. I think. I think probably because the thinness. And again, it's about 15 to 20 feet away from the target, and I'm not doing anything special here. I'm just whipping them at the target, just having fun throwing them. But these do tend to stick a little better, again, because I think of how thin they are. So that's interesting observation. And again, you know, it's not going to stick every single time. I'm by no means a shuriken jutsu master. I just have fun with stuff and have a variety of different types of shuriken, and I wanted to compare these. Here's an overhand throw, and yeah, they just pretty much just stick really good. They've always been my kind of basis that I compare everything to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, drop it below. See ya.